All right, guys, we are here with McBride and the Ride, and I just want to ask, who's McBride and who's the Ride?
Who are you guys?
Will the real
Sure.
McBride please stand up? Yeah. Oh, hey.
How about that?
Yeah, I'm Terry McBride.
Something right there.
Yeah, I'm Billy Thomas.
I'm Ray Herndon. Nice to meet everybody.
And I'm the microphone guy.
Yeah, you're in charge.
Yes, you okay? We're here, you okay? All
I'm
right.
great. I've got my own little one right here.
Check, perfect.
So I kind of want to talk to you guys about the genesis of McBride and the Ride. I know that Tony Brown had a little something to do with it. Can you guys kind of tell me, nutshell version of the story, how you guys ended up getting together?
Well, it started with Tony Brown. I was coming to Nashville. I've been working my way up here from Austin, Texas, pitching songs, trying to get something to happen, you know. Finally hooked up with some really great songwriters in Austin. They made a few appointments because they had connections and I did not. And Jody Williams was one of those people at BMI. And they said, Jody was like, I'd never met him, but he was like, man, these songs are good, but the singer needs a record deal. And so I thought, we're coming to Nashville anyway, so. And he did get us a meeting with every power player. And Tony Brown was one of those meetings. And Tony said, I'm gonna fly to Austin if you're the real deal. I'm going to sign you to a record deal. I went, oh God, I hope I'm the real deal because I really could use a record deal instead of starving. My struggling musician days were going on way longer. So that led to working with Tony. And then Tony started talking about putting a band together. He's like, you're a band guy. We need a band at the label. We have Desert Rose. They're done. We need a new, fresh band. And he started mentioning Ray, who'd been playing and writing, recording with Lyle Lovett. Tony Brown produced that record. Billy had been singing on those Vince Gill records and playing with Emmylou Harris. Tony was involved in that world. And he was just kind of making a list of people he thought was cool and might be good in a band. So we met each other through Tony Brown on the road with Lyle. Billy and I got together here in Nashville. Yep. Then they threw us in a room together and said, y'all learn some of these songs Terry's been writing, and we did. Then we started singing and everything really changed. We didn't realize we had this harmony blend that was going to play into our band. Well, we didn't know. We thought we're great players, you know. Everybody's talking about how you guys are so good, but it wasn't until we started learning the songs and creating harmony parts that we had fun with that. And then that was really sort of our signature, you know, sound came from the harmonies. But in a nutshell, that's really how it happened.
Y'all have an EP coming out later this spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it named yet? We haven't named really the EP yet. We have a new single.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's Marlboros and Avon. I think that's the title cut.
Okay.
I think that's the EP. Around June, I think.
And we got a new single coming out called Along Comes a Girl. Mm-hmm. It just came out, actually.
Awesome.
Kind of got a little bit of that 90s vibe to it, but there again, the harmony spotlight on just about everything we do. As you know, we're trying to find cool songs that we can relate to and we like, but also that, you know, complement what we're doing. So we spend a lot of time on this EP with that in mind, just finding the right songs, you know, that could fit for us moving forward.
Well, I know you guys have the Webb Pierce one on there, and I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's one of our favorites, and we always knew it, but when we decided we were going to get back together, I keep everything, so I'm a pack rat. Have a little studio where everything my wife doesn't want in our house ends up over there, and as well as my cassette collection, which I started going through some of our live board tapes, and from 1991 in San Angelo, Texas, appeared the Honky Tonk song by Webb Pierce. Perfect. And our version was so cool. I went, man, I'd forgotten about it. But then when I heard it, I told the guys, we've got to listen to this. So I had my little jam box out there. So good. So that's why we went in and cut that song. We've been doing it all these years. But classic Webb Pierce, cool Mel Tillis song Mel wrote. And we love it. It's the Honky Tonk.
Really well live also.
Yeah.
I bet.
We've been playing it for the fans.
Shows the rockin' side of this band, you know. We're all deeply rooted in country and rock as well, growing up in the time frame that we all grew up. Billy's a little bit older than us, but
but that's obvious.
My time frame was a little further.
He's lost track of his time frame.
That's all right. That's all right.
So we'll let him know where he's at.
I have to teach him what it is. The real classic.
Let's just say his drumsticks were real sticks when he first started playing.
They used real wood.
Yeah,
real trees.
Yeah, he was a log player back in the day.
You sound like my grandkids when you guys talk like that.
Hey, Pappy Thomas, hush up over there.
All right, well, it did get briefly mentioned, but we're going to be showing the video from Marlboros and Avon. So can you guys talk to us a little bit about the production on that one?
Well, we lucked out on that one because we had our photographer friend come in and shoot a little bit in the studio while we were working on backgrounds and the harmony parts and things that we do to try to complete this EP, you know. And
That's what it's supposed to look like.
yeah, so fortunately he just got some cool clips of us singing that day, and then we knew we wanted those iconic shots of the 70s, which the song is all about, like a guy like us growing up in the 70s. And they were so cool. And then he just edited in little snippets of that live footage that we had. But
Awesome.
yeah, it was really cool. We got a great response from that. And it's just that nostalgic, not only is the music that we've done in the past sort of hitting a chord with people, but that song did too, you know, took them back. And
I
we love
played
that.
it for a friend of ours out in Arizona at one of the stations out there, KNIX, and he said, man, I wasn't ready for that nostalgia bomb. I listened to it my whole way home in my truck. And so, you know, he loved it. So
Yeah, that's
it is
great.
definitely that.
It hit us that way when we first started
Yes.
working on the song and went, this could be good, you know, we're relating to it, so it was a good place to start.
Awesome. Let's check it out, y'all. Who's like a bucket list person you would want to share the stage with?
I think we all three, or at least these two, brought me into Stevie Ray Vaughan, and would have loved to have seen those shows. You know,
Gosh, who would we be fun to be on stage with? Gosh, I don't know.
One of my
James Taylor?
yeah,
yeah.
I was fortunate I got to tour with Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of my
Oh my
favorite
gosh.
artists. The couple that I met in Austin, Bill Carter and Ruth Ellsworth, they were writing songs for Stevie, Crossfire, Willie the Wimp and his Cadillac Coffin. So Bill was putting a band together to go tour, and I auditioned and got the job. We went all the way up the East Coast and back. And
Amazing.
hung with Stevie, got to ride with him a couple of days on the bus because we were in a van, you know. And I was, at that point, Stevie was probably, you know, the biggest person in my life as far as just someone I looked up to musically, and got to meet him a few times and got to know him a little bit. And then that tour was something else. We would come out at night and play Crossfire with him. Pretty mind-blowing, you know. And the first time I played, Tommy Shannon loaned me his bass. Tommy Shannon's like 6'4", I'm 5'8". And when I put his bass on, we clearly did not rehearse this moment. So they're kicking off Crossfire. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-do-do-da. I mean, and I could barely reach the E string. And Stevie is the coolest guy on the planet, you know. I mean, I saw him in Dallas one time in the airport. He had his fedora, a cane. I went, it's either a pimp or Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't know which it is, but either one, I want to meet whoever it is. And it was him, and he was so gracious, signed my cassette. But anyway, he kicked off this song. I had to hobble over to the drum riser, prop up my leg, and play the whole song stationary. And Stevie's like, come on out. I went, I can't go out. I can't. It was like a nightmare you'd wake up from. Sometimes you forgot your guitar, you can't remember the word. I stuck. No strap. I mean, it was so horrible. Even now, I got a little bit of some sweat coming out.
Doing all right.
Yeah, thank you.